Good morning, everyone. This is Lori Flickinger coming to you live from Lori's Wellness Loft. For those of you who are joining me for the first time today, I am a health and life coach. Let me lower this light. That's better. Okay, anyway, I'm a health and life coach, and my goal is to come on live daily and to give you little coaching gems that you can take and start applying right away so that you can live a happier, healthier life. So if the teaser for this video today intrigued you about how to banish those pesky negative thoughts, I want to tell a little story about myself and my upbringing and what kind of happened to lead me to this place. So I was raised in a family of warriors. We were the greatest warriors they were. We could project what was going to happen before it happened, and we thought about worst case scenarios all the time. So when I saw that quote this morning about, worrying really works, 90% of the things never really happen. And when you think about that, it's like, oh my gosh, what an eye-opening experience for you to realize that most of the thoughts that you have in your head, especially the negative ones, never come to pass. Which brings me back to another story with Allie. I remember when I first started doing this coaching about changing your thoughts and belief work, I put on the video, good morning everyone, Gabe and Jerry and Nikki, how are you? I remember putting on the video, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And Allie and Joey were really little. And I'm thinking to myself, let me see if they can grasp this concept of, thoughts are things and thoughts create your reality and everything starts with a thought. And if you think about this, anything that you have ever done in your life has started with a thought, with a dream, with imagination. Without that initial thought, people, it never comes to fruition. So managing your thoughts is probably the most important lesson that I can teach you. So going back to the story with Allie, Allie's in the barrel today. Yesterday was the story of Joey, today's Allie. I put on the video, The Secret. And if you're not familiar with this, it's a documentary with all these metaphysical people and scientists and all kinds of people who are giving their opinion of how the mind works and about how what you put out into the universe then comes back to you, and that thoughts are things and they affect you. So this little girl, she must have only been 8 years old. She got really upset. She got really emotional. And I actually had to stop the DVD. Was it a DVD? I don't know. It was recording at the time. I had to stop it. And I sat down and I said, Allie, why are you so upset? What's wrong? And she said, I just realized all of my thoughts are negative. And I was just like floored, like mind blown. Here's an 8-year-old that's able to look at her thoughts and say, all of my thoughts are negative. And I was just like, this is what I need to start teaching. This is what we need to learn. And this is why we don't realize that our thoughts are negative, because we are cunning, we are smart. The mind works in mysterious ways. We all know this. The mind has convinced us that our thoughts are rational. Like that it really is rational not to take a chance, to stay safe, that the mind is trying to protect us from the unknown. So good morning, Dom. So this is what we have to do. We have to outsmart these negative thought patterns that we have been accepting as true forever. Okay, so that's the good and the bad of it. Good news is we can always pick a better feeling thought. Bad news is we've been creating this anxiety and angst in our lives for years and years and years. So when you have a habit and you have something that's very ingrained in you, it is always going to take a little focus and effort in order for us to unlearn this habit or start to believe something new. Okay, so I want you all to realize something too, that thoughts are not just thoughts. Like when people come in and they say to me in the coaching room, I don't know, it was just a thought. And I go, no, don't say it was just a thought. You're having a thought for a reason, and it's up to you whether you then want to act on that thought or not. A lot of times we are like guided by people and experiences and situations to take a new path. And if we don't allow that thought to be there in order for us to change direction or move or take action, we miss out on so much in life. So the first thing you have to do is you have to you have to become aware of your thoughts. All right, so write this down, everyone. If you want to learn how to do something new and not just let your thoughts run rampant in your brain all day, every day, you have to, number one, become aware of your thoughts, okay? And I know that maybe you're one of them. Maybe you know somebody that and every negative thought in their head just falls out of their mouth. Because what happens is you have a thought, right, which you think is harmless. You have a harmless thought. But then it becomes a statement in your head. And inevitably, this statement is going to fall out of your mouth. And it's going to affect you and everyone else around you. So I don't know if any of you know people that just vomit negativity all day, every day. It's kind of like when you see this person coming, you're like, oh, please, I don't have the energy for them today. Please don't be that person, guys. Like, you don't want to bring anyone else down. And if you're working on your negative thoughts, a lot of times you don't want to just vomit it all over other people, because they're not going to know you're trying to work through your negative thoughts. They're just going to think you're a negative person, and they're not going to want to be around you. So definitely the way you get these negative thoughts out is you put them down on paper. So you can start what is a thought log. I'm big on logs, guys, because once you log something, it becomes real. So if you think that you have negative tendencies, you can sit down a couple times a day and just say to yourself, stop yourself, paper and pen, and say, what am I thinking right now? And just write. And you might be surprised at how much worry is coming out of your head, which is then going to cause anxiety. Now, if you can shift those thoughts into what is positive or possible, now that worrisome thought shifts into creativity, shifts into possibility, shifts into curiosity and excitement. So do you see how the same energy that started that thought can either take it into anxiety or creativity? So it's up to you as the person who is living with these thoughts. Your mind is not controlling you. You might think your mind is controlling you, but you're the one in control of your mind. Don't let your thoughts run rampant. It's like, children running with scissors. You wouldn't allow them to do it. Don't let your thoughts run you. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is become aware of your thoughts. The second thing you want to do is be curious about them and ask why. I have said before in these broadcasts that the person asking the question is always the one holding the power. If you ask yourself or anyone else the question why, you're eventually going to dig down to the core issue or the core belief of what is fueling that feeling, that thought. Okay, so I will start off in the coaching room with somebody where they'll say something. I feel that I need to just move out of here. Hamilton is not the place for me. And I'll say, that's interesting. Why would you say that? And they say, it's just such a small town and everyone here knows your business, and I just feel like I just can't get away from the judgment of others. And I'll say, wow, that's interesting. Why would you say that? And they say, well, when I was little, my parents were very judgmental and they just scrutinized everything I did. And I'm just afraid to do anything new because I'm going to get scrutinized by others. And then we both go, that's the why. Okay? So it only took me 3 whys to get down to the core belief of, if I do something different, people are going to scrutinize me. But if I didn't ask that first why, I wouldn't have gotten there. You can ask yourself these whys too. I'm going to tell you it's much, much easier if you have somebody with you that's pulling the information out of you. And that's why even when I was going through my schooling, it was so much more helpful for me to apply these steps when I had a coach that I was working with. We were working with one another, being accountable. So if you can't do this on your own, don't beat yourself up. It's something that is a little challenging in the beginning, but trust me, I could teach you all how to do it. Okay, last step. Once you know what the why is, then you want to just choose a better feeling thought or belief. So if the belief is, I'm not good enough, or everything I do is wrong and people are going to scrutinize me. I'm a failure. Okay, here we go. I'm a failure. You're not gonna go from I'm a failure to I am top of my game. I'm a winner. I'm an ultra achiever. I'm a whatever the affirmation is that you choose to believe. You're going to go from I'm a failure and you're gonna hop one step up. The statement may be, I'm a person, okay? I'm a person. Another step up may be, I'm doing the best I can. Another step up may be, I'm capable of learning. Another step up may be, I did everything that I could in the moment, giving the information I've been given at that point. Another step up, I can learn and choose a new direction. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't want you to go from I'm a failure to I'm the greatest thing ever, because it's not believable. You want to make that better feeling thought something that's believable. If a person comes in here and says, I hate my job, I don't want to take you from I hate my job to I love my job, because that's complete baloney. Okay, I will take you from I hate my job to I have a job. My job pays my bills. My job provides me with security. My job has provided for my family. So it's not I hate my job to I love my job. I have the best job in the world and there's unicorns and fairies and butterflies all around it. No, it's just a better feeling thought. So I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, please drop me a 1 in the comments below. If it wasn't, drop me a 2 in the comments below. And I also invite you to please put in the comments below something that you would like coaching on. I would love to answer each and every one of your questions here in this coaching room and live on these videos, so that you too can learn how to live a happier, healthier life. For those of you who are interested in joining, we are going to be starting a class this evening at 7 p.m. at the Loft, where I am inviting like-minded people to come together and support one another to create that happier, healthier life now. Have a happy day, and I will talk to you soon.